if you've been following the story, or if you haven't been following the story, Billy has, this is of course his third offering. His first book was called Unlonely Planet, which chronicled, let's turn that down now. Alright, it's going well so far, isn't it? Here at the Vincent. Of course, his first book was Unlonely Planet, which chronicled his trip around the world. His second book was No Time for Postcards, which was all about intrigue. And this book, ladies and gentlemen, her name was Violet, is his third offering. And I have read the book, and there is a little bit, there's one saucy bit in it, by the way. Just in case you wanted to know. Of course, off the top of my head, it was a breakup Evan didn't expect. He and Kate had been serious for 5 years, and it finished abruptly over coffee and cake, as all good relationships do. He meets a physiotherapist named Violet. Violet, sick of work, sleep, work, feels like life is slipping away from her until she's offered a full-time role helping Evan on the road to recovery. And I have read the entire book, not just the ISBN number. And 122, page 122, ladies and gentlemen, is a doozy. It has, cover your ears, Mark. Cover your ears, Kathleen, please. It has the sentence, over the next 6.5 minutes, they had sex. Now, that's page 122. And I'm still not sure, we might be able to ask Billy, we're going to have a Q&A about whether he thinks that's a long time or a short time, we're not quite sure. But my name is Stephen Curry, and I've been asked to host this event tonight. We are unrelated. Mates. And let me just see what you wrote for me to say. I'm just a big fan of Billy's writing. Alright. Now tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to hear an excerpt from the book. We're also going to throw it out to you guys on the floor. If you'd like to ask any questions of our author, Billy Curry, he is more than ready to talk about his book. He's worked his absolute guts out on this. Billy is a hard-working guy, he's a great bloke, he's a fantastic writer. He's not only the best, we are related, let's just go. He's the best athlete in our family, he's the nicest bloke in our family. He almost made it to the Olympics. But I got to the Olympics, so I saw Nicky Webster fly at the opening ceremony. Sydney 2000. I don't go on about it, so let's ex-boys either. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would love to introduce to you the author of Her Name Was Violet, Mr. Billy Curry!
Thanks, Stephen, for that great introduction. It's so hard going after this guy. Like, what can I do? Well, the book doesn't.
You're in strife, Billy. You're in strife.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the Melbourne premiere of, well, actually, it's the Australian premiere. Well, to be precise, it's the world premiere of Her Name Was Violet.
Yeah!
The story's about a guy who wakes up in hospital from a coma. He's lost 4 days. It's there he meets a physiotherapist. At the time he feels like his life is over. He meets a physiotherapist named Violet, who helps him on the road to recovery. I'm going to read chapter 1. I've never done a reading before, so this is my first time, so please go easy on me. Her name's Violet by Chapter 1, the meeting. This will go for a few minutes to get confident. Okay? The warm March sun. Let me start again. The warm March sun shone across the balcony of the Riverside restaurant where 27-year-old Evan Edwards sat at the table alone. He wore navy chinos, a white polo shirt, and black sunglasses. Evan sipped his coffee with a smile when Kate arrived. He admired the floral summer dress that clung to her athletic frame. Her black heels emphasised well-exercised calves. Kate took a seat and leaned across the table. She wore a citrus perfume, the one he liked. They kissed as they had done 1,000 times before, but this time her kiss was stiff, and Evan sensed something was up. He was slightly puzzled and glanced at his tag heuer watch. It was 10:05. "You're late," Evan declared, with a cheeky smile. Kate stared at him with an unreadable expression. Her soft eye makeup and blood-red lipstick complemented the 28-year-old's natural beauty. In fact, it was her natural beauty that made him first notice her 6 years ago. Kate had a pretty face with smooth lips that made way for a perfect smile, the type cosmetic companies outbid each other for. She scanned the room for a moment. "It's time," Kate stated, looking back at him. "Pardon me?" Evan asked, confused. "It's time," she said, holding her stare. "Time for what?" He had a slight idea as to what she meant. "You know, Evan." Kate gazed into his hazel eyes, looking sorry but not sad. "You know what I want," Kate continued. Evan looked away. He was never great at heavy conversations. They made him feel awkward, and he never knew exactly what to say. He thought this was true for all men, yet he knew he had to make an effort. "Kate, this is who I am," he said, shaking his head. "We've already talked about this," she shot back. "Kate, this is what I do." Kate bit on her top lip and nodded. Evan wasn't sure what else to say. He could feel sweat in his armpits. At the same time, he took note of her platinum blonde hair, which she carefully maintained. It reminded him of the first time she dyed her hair that colour several years ago, and how they were happier then. "Well, that's it then," Kate declared as she stood up from the table. "Hold on, here, have something to eat, I'll pay." Kate shook her head and quietly chuckled. "I'm going." Evan grabbed Kate's forearm. She was taken aback. "Kate, sit down," he said calmly in an attempt to reason with her. She stepped towards Evan. "Goodbye, Evan." Kate leaned in and placed a short, firm farewell kiss on his lips, then turned and walked towards the door. Evan was shocked. This didn't feel real. This was not the way the morning was supposed to go. He stared at Kate, who was already halfway to the door. Evan suspected this was their last goodbye. Kate marched out of the restaurant, leaving Evan alone. The clouds now blocked the sunlight and a cool breeze had arrived. Kate looked below to the brown, slow-flowing water of the Yarra River, taking a minute to figure out what had just happened. He had no answers, and questions were beginning to come to him. Suddenly, he could hear the background music, which he cared not to listen to as he gradually closed his eyes. Bang! Chapter 2, The Room. Evan's eyes were closed as his head rested on a white pillow. He lay motionless in a hospital bed. Ladies and gentlemen, that's chapter 1 and the first 2 sentences. You
all think he was going to read the whole book now?
Okay, so that's chapter 1, chapter 2. Hey, Rachel. The idea came from the story. The idea for the story came from watching television. You know, Rooster. I was watching a guy who works in transport. He was asked questions about his job, which he answered very comfortably. But when asked about his personal life, he was totally lost and seemed awkward. And I thought, this is great television, and this juxtaposition needs to be investigated. That's how I came up with the character Evan Edwards from chapter 1. Who's Violet? That's a great question. I'm going to tell you a little bit without giving too much away. Violet's a physiotherapist. She's professional, hardworking, intelligent, polite. She's a technophobe. She's bored, she's broken, and she's slow to warm up. Yes, one moment. Yes, she has a pretty face. And violet hair. But she cares little about that and more about helping others. To tell you a lot more, and there is a lot more, you're going to have to read the book. No apologies there. This is an emotional story. There are parts of it that may move you or not. I'm interested to find out. Some of the early readers who I've given the book to, they're advanced readers, several of them were in tears. Some of those early readers posted comments on the Goodreads website, so if you like the book, it'd be great if you could post a review. And if you do like the book, yeah, feel free to tell a few people. Thank you all for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. There's people here from Bairnsdale, the St. Bede's boys, the Monash team, Tara from Lennox Head. Tara didn't walk here, by the way.
East St Kilda.
East St Kilda. Ocean Grove. And I mean, you could have stayed in your comfortable homes tonight and watched this guy on Netflix, so well done. I'd like to thank my support crew, Laura Anderson from the Alfred, my proofreaders, two are here tonight, Amy Cheers and Tanya Cross. Robin Bowles for her golden tip on Violet. Sorry. Shan Davies for producing another great cover. Thanks, Shan. Sean Trunan for looking after your books. Pat Curry at the book table. And Stephen Curry for emceeing this evening. To summarise the reviews of the early readers, they generally come up with the summary that the book is about life, love, relationships, a comeback, and a will to win. What more could you ask for? I hope you enjoy reading the book, and thank you for coming. So the book's going to be $22. We're going to be selling them there, and I'll sign them. Come down, say good day, get a signed book while they're still there. We almost sold out of Unlonely Planet. We found a few last week. And there's going to be an Insta page. People hashtag no time for postcard. Sorry. Her name is Violet. There'll be an aggregate collection of photos there. There's a page on my website. There'll be aggregate photos of tonight. Rachel, our photographer. Sorry, everybody thanks Rachel. And I think we're up to a Q&A with Steve.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Billy. Just writing something like this is a mission in itself, but getting it released, just to this stage here is such an achievement, and we're all so proud of you, Billy, and we wish you nothing. So, look, let's throw it out to you guys. I'm sure you're busting your ass, Billy, some questions. I've got a question there. Yes. How long? So, what's your name? Pat who? What do you want to say? Go.
How long did it take to write, Bill?
That sounds set up to me.
Be honest.
So I've chipped away that over a couple of years. Probably the writing time cumulative would probably be about 8 months worth. So I've done it in parts. You write a bit, you give it away, you get it back, you edit, you change, you write a bit more, you send it away, that process repeats. And after a while, you get a finished product after a lot of hoops.
Yes, what's your name?
Big deal.
Big deal, yeah. What's your name?
Is Violet based on anyone that you personally know?
Generally not, no.
Generally not.
Answer the question, Mr. Curry. Violet. No.
Sounds like a yes.
No, she's not. No, Violet's totally created inside. There was a couple of characteristics I might have extracted from certain people I may know of or have seen, but no, Violet's a standalone character, and and yeah, good on him. Sorry for violence. Just read the front page, right? Yeah.
Good on it, ladies and gentlemen.
Is anything real?
Sorry, what's
anything
the
real in
name,
the
sorry?
book? Boots.
Boots who?
Boots.
Boots Curry?
Boots. No, Curry, no, Paulie. So is anything real in the book, Billy?
No, it's all it's totally fictional.
Fiction.
Yeah, it's totally fictional. Look,
What about the 6.5 minutes?
Okay, so
Page 122.
there are, it's a contemporary fiction, so that yes, there's landmarks, yes, there's locations, yes, there's cities, yes, there's amenities. There's no tools. But the point being, I've got a known place and I've put the characters in now and they're dancing the story away. Yeah. So.
Yes, what's your name? Oh, shit. Long time.
You've written a couple of books now, Billy.
Three's a few, mate.
What have you learned throughout your writing process that you've sort of culminated in this book?
Yeah, you learn through writing of the hurdles that are there that you don't know if you for the first time. So you know you're gonna you learn the process, you learn what works for you, your schedule, you learn a list of proofreaders who you trust with your work, you learn of a graphic designer who's amazing who you work with, you learn the process of submitting, you learn the process of working with shops and stores, you learn a database of people who you can kind of connect with. So there's some of the learnings. You probably should get better as a writer, technically. If you upskill and read and connect with perhaps other writers or writing clubs who often, everyone's pretty open, so you'll pick up a couple little tips here and there. So that's what you'll learn throughout the process. Yeah.
Here we go. Yes. What's your name?
Bernard Curry.
Will you tell me this is all going to be?
There's one They're good at asking questions.
We love to read.
Yeah, we met a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Billy, is the book self-published or have you got a publisher on board? And what was the process if you did get a publisher? You know, how difficult was it, or what was the process of getting a publisher?
Yeah, good question, Bert. Thank you.
I wrote that myself.
Yeah.
You pay cash or is this you just...
No. That's good. So the publishing process, Joey, it's really tough. It's pretty ruthless. I was pretty close with Echo Publishing, who published The Terrorists from Auschwitz. The general manager liked the book, but a couple of his readers weren't for the book, and so that was pretty close there. I've self-published the book, so funded, self-published. Got it printed at the same place as the big publishing houses get their printing done in Adelaide. Come in, Lenny. Everybody, Brian Lynn, give it up. And his new girlfriend. Self-published. I've got connections with a few stores, so we've got in like Dimmicks in the city, 234 Collins Street in the city, so they're welcoming, I think, good writers. And, it's in there, you can get it from there, and the story's a story, whether you're a writer, I write Jack O'Rollins writer, there's a whole parameter of writers and writing stories. So self-published, you can get it from, as I said, Dimmicks. I've got a website, you can buy it directly and we'll ship it out. All that's on here. Good question though.
What's how challenging is it going between different genres?
That's a really good question, Tara. Tara from Lennox Head. For those of you who don't know, I'm living in Lennox Head at the moment. Tara's taken a few years to walk around Australia before now, and she's part of the writing club that we're in. The question about the two different genres, non-fiction's pretty straightforward. You're not bullshitting, but you're writing what happened. Fiction, you've got to have probably a lot more structure with putting a story together, or non-structure, and knowing how it's going to formulate. Yeah, non-fiction's relatively easy. You write A to Z, and you can chop that if you need to, I believe. With fiction, yeah, you've got a lot more going on, character arcs, story arcs, chapters, the style, the motivation of characters, who the characters are. So there's a lot more involved. I took a lot of time thinking of the story to start with. The strength of this book is in the story. I plotted for like 4 weeks. I sat down and I went through the story from A to Z, and it's the characters and what should be going on, and I changed that over and over and over and over and over until I thought I had the right story, and I thought, right, that's it. And then after that, then the process is pretty easy after that. It's just long, it's a long process, but then I kind of knew the journey it was going to take, and then you add more details. And then Robin Bowles, I gave it to Robin Bowles, a writer. She's written about 7 or 8 books. I was like, Robin, please have a read of this. She volunteered to have a read. She's like, okay, well, that Violet needs, what about this? Violet's that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's a really good point. I didn't say what that was. You're going to have to read the book. Yeah, so that's the other thing as a writer, like going back to Andrew's question, you kind of learn off some people you can trust to give out. You have a pretty good understanding.
It is clear, having read a lot of your books, all three, it is clear that your structure is something that you start off on, but you also do write in a very visual style. This book in particular is a great example of your writing style, where you can see all the characters, they jump off the page, and it's extremely, there is a beautiful clarity to your writing, and I think it's something that a lot of people struggle to do, and I think it's a great credit to you. Anyone else have any questions? Looks like we're asking a question for you, actually.
Let's go.
Just filming. No relation.
Yes.
I noticed that you must have been yay, which is great. You're German French in there.
Oui. Yeah, more German than French.
Yeah, that's good. Can I put any languages in there?
That's a great question. To answer, the question is correct. You're right.
She's German, is she?
No. So Violet's Australian. She's from Melbourne. I was talking to someone today, and I was like, God, you're like Violet. Yeah, I was chatting to her, she's telling me all these things about her, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I tell her that she's like someone I've written about, and I just met, I'm like, that's going to be a bit awkward. So I didn't.
Yeah, that'll fix it out.
There is some parts in this book that would be bilingual, and the early drafts was written in the native tongue. And I had feedback, and most feedback was that no, let's switch it back to English. So yeah, I speak a bit of German, about 250 words. Okay, 350, I reckon, maybe 400. And I like it, it's good, and I think it's good for writing and also socialising and understanding how the English language is formed and how we use it, and you know, also we have stupid sayings sometimes at the end of the day. At the end of the day is night. You know, like, yeah, shame on it. Well done. Yeah.
Congratulations on that, Bill. I was just wondering, have you ever explored the possibility of a short film or anything like that?
Starring Sam.
With mercy.
Yeah, so
I have actually got a bit of spare time, so
I have written and directed 2 short films. The first one I actually showed it up where I'm living near Lennox Head at it's like an open mic of the short films. And I was breaking out in a hot sweat. Not because of the content. I was like, gee whiz. Oh, like I felt. It was the first short film, and it's much like the first time you do anything, it's a little bit not so smooth. You know.
So you were concerned with the content of your film in the context of it being seen by an audience?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. My second short film was a hell of a lot better. So I think there's a link to my website and a blog page. So the short films there, or it'll be up there. Yes.
The other
your cousin?
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, I love the haircut, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations so much on the book. Can't wait to read it.
Awesome.
You said I got the haircut?
Yeah, the haircut.
Yeah, I had a haircut 2 weeks ago.
Kind of like Q&A, isn't it? Anyone else, ladies and gentlemen, would like to ask a question?
A non-curry.
A non-curry?
Yes. You're the one.
Despite have some substance.
Yes.
The picture on the front of the book, did you imagine that that's what she looked like from the start?
Good question. Cheryl, I had no, it's more about her attitude. So I knew she had violet hair. So this is Violet, start of the book, start of the story. She has violet hair. She's, as I kind of listed earlier, she's broken, she's bored, she's slow to warm up. That's kind of her. She's kind of content, she's professional. And this lady is actually from Lennox Head, same town where I reside at the moment. And she looks a lot different to that in real life. And we did that where I was living. We got a photo done, and Shan, graphic designer, worked the text, and there's stuff going on in the background. I'm not going to talk about that. But Shan creates her magic, and she does a really good job. Sorry, Shan, but this is going to be said. So Shan will come and say, okay, here's 5 examples. Which one of these 5 do you like? And this has been the case with this book and with this book. No time for postcards? Okay, we're all there. So Shan will come up with 5 examples for that. And I'm like, oh shit, they're all great. And it's exactly the same again. 5 examples, like, which kid do you kill off? Yeah, who's not your favourite kid? Sorry. You know what I'm getting at. Sorry, I've probably pissed someone off tonight, it'll be fine. It's usually like, yeah, so...
Your mum just said, that's her.
Yeah, that was... yeah, so... yeah, so Shan will give you some really good options, and then we just one from there. And I think this is the 15th anniversary for this book here, and she gave me, I put some of the options online on the website to show, hey guys, this is the type of quality covers I get given, and alternatives that don't see the light of day that Shan produces. Checks them out.
But it's interesting, isn't it? Because they, you know, the old hackney thing is you can't judge a book by its cover, but it's kind of, you walk past the book very quickly if it doesn't grab you visually.
Yeah, and we could have gone louder and bolder and more colourful, but that's not where the story is. And I give Shan like a couple of chapters, and she'll look at, sorry. I'll give her a couple of chapters and like, right, this is what's going on. This is who she is. This is her persona. This is her attitude. This is where she's at the moment, and I won't show her the back half because I think that's where you want to start the story, right, Tia? And yeah, so she's done really well capturing that.
Anyone else like to ask a question?
Yes.
Is her name still Violet?
Yes, so good pickup. There's 2 pickups on the cover. You picked one of them really well. Yeah, so it's
because of the name.
No. She's a Violet. She's a Violet to answer part B. Part A. So part A, I'm not going to answer because it lies within the book, and I don't want to give too much away. Like, there's a hell of a lot that I hold back on. I said this is like a water slide, right? I want you to sit at the top of the water slide and sit there and go, what's this about? Okay, and then get going, and then the story should take off from there. Okay, so Tim knows a bit more. Yeah, did a podcast with Tim yesterday. It's coming out. I'll share it on the website. And he just came out and goes, what's happening with this? I'm like, shit, you're not supposed to know about that. And yeah, so yeah, I'll hold back a bit with the story. So yeah, give it a go. Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions for Billy Curry? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come to our natural conclusion of the Q&A section. There were some deeper questions. Some revealing answers, I would say. But ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. writing books and selling books, believe it or not. So thank you very much for coming, and once again, Mr. Billy.
There's menus and things and tables out there, and mingle, get to know each other, say good day. We got one thing in common at least. Yeah.